Hello everyone. Today we are back again with our chapter 1, that is integers. And in my last video we have completed all the properties of multiplication and the procedure of multiplication of integers. And today we are going to start the exercise 1.3, which is completely related to multiplication. Now in question number 1 it is written, find each of the following products. Some multiplications are given, we have to find the products of these. Now I will do 4 of them and the rest of the sums will be done by yourselves, because these are very easy sums, so I hope all of you can do it yourselves. So I will start from question number J, means 1J. I will do 1J first. Okay, so let's do that. I'm writing the question: -3 multiplied by -6 multiplied by -2 multiplied by -1. Okay, so what will you do first? If possible, you just take these two numbers first for multiplication, then with this product multiply this one, then you will get another product, with that you will multiply this one. This may be one procedure, or else you can multiply all the numbers together and multiply all the signs together. Okay, now let's do whatever your choice is, you can do according to your choice. Now I am doing this procedure because this will be helping you in a easier way for finding the sign of this. Okay, from the next sum we can use another procedure. So minus and minus, both of these signs are minus given, so it will be replaced by a plus sign. These two numbers will be multiplied, so it will become 18. Then it will be multiplied by this number, means -2. Then don't forget to write the rest of the part of the sum. Okay, then multiplied by -1. Now here plus and minus, two different signs are given, so what shall you do? We will simply put minus sign here first, because in the answer we will get minus sign, because if we multiply plus and minus sign we will get a minus sign. Okay, so here plus and minus both of signs are there, so we will write minus sign. Then we will multiply these two numbers, and here we are getting 36. After that it will be multiplied by the rest part, means -1. Okay, then here you can see -36 multiplied by -1, it is given. So first we will write the sign, which will be the answer. Two minus signs will bring a plus sign, then 36 and 1, after multiplying this we will get 36 itself. Okay, so for this question number 1J, the answer is coming 36, means plus 36. Now let's do the next one. In the next sum I will do question number 1I. So let's multiply it. It is also a very easy sum. Okay, so first I am taking these two numbers, means -1 and -2, and I am multiplying them. Now for these two minus signs I am bringing one plus sign, and this 1 and 2 means the numericals will be multiplied, so I am getting 2. Then I am multiplying -3, then I am multiplying 4. Now again these two terms will be multiplied, but before that we need to put the sign. Here plus and minus, both sign will be replaced by one minus sign, because if we multiply one plus and one minus sign we will get one minus sign, and these two numbers will be multiplied, and here after multiplying we are getting -6 and 4 is remained. So again -6, as there is no sign before 4, so we will take it as plus sign, so we can multiply one plus and one minus sign, and it will become a minus sign, and easily we can write 6 into 4 will be 24. Okay, now let's come to the next sum. Now I am willing to do question number 1F. Okay, here the sum is given -12 multiplied by minus 11 multiplied by 10. Now it is completely your choice if you are willing to just arrange this in a little bit easier way, like if you multiply minus 12 by 10 and then if you multiply 11 with that, then it will be easier for you. Okay, since multiplication is also commutative in case of integers, so let's multiply minus 12 into 10, it is coming minus 120, because before 10 we are getting one plus sign, so 1 plus and 1 minus, if we multiply these two signs we will get one minus sign, so minus 120 is coming as the answer, and then we are multiplying minus 11. So before that we are just putting plus sign here because 1 minus and here one minus sign also. Two negative integers are being multiplied so that we will get one positive integer. Now simply we will multiply 120 and 11. So what are you getting? 1320 means plus 1320. So this is the answer coming if we multiply all these three numbers. Okay, now let's come to the next sum. Suppose I am willing to do question number 1H. Now how to do? Minus 5 into minus 4. Now let's multiply these two numbers, and before writing the number we will simply multiply the signs, and here for multiplying two minus signs we will get one plus sign, and by multiplying these two numbers we will get 90, means minus 18 multiplied by minus 5 will become plus 90. Then we will multiply minus 4 with it. After that again we will multiply the signs, means 1 plus and 1 minus, so it will become one minus sign, and 90 and 4, these two numbers will be multiplied so that we will get 360. Okay, so I have already done 4 sums and rest of the sums are very easy. So rest of the sums will be your homework. Keep it in your mind. There is no compulsion of doing these homeworks. Whenever you will get time and you will get interest in doing this, then you will do it. Okay, there is no relation with your syllabus for these sums. Okay, let's do the next sum. Now in question number 2 it is written, verify the following. Two statements are given. In question number 2a it is written 18 multiplied by, within third bracket it is written 7 plus of minus 3. This is written as the LHS, means left hand side, and in the right hand side it is written 18 multiplied by 7 plus 18 multiplied by minus 3. Okay, so you can easily understand it that here the distributive property has been used. Here the distributive property has been used. So let's multiply it first. (18) multiplied by 7 into minus plus minus 3, it is coming 7 minus 3. So we can say 18 multiplied by 4, it will be 72. Let's do the next part, means RHS part. After multiplying 18 into 7 we are getting 126, and after multiplying 18 and minus 3 we are getting minus 54. So simply just find it out. Yes, the same answer is coming for the RHS also, 72. It means we are getting the same left hand side and right hand side. It means yes, the statement is completely verified. Okay, means the both the parts, means both the right hand side and the left hand side are equal, because we are getting the same values in each case. Okay, now question number 2 B will be done by yourselves. Okay. The same type of sum is given in question number 2B. Minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 6. Okay, you will find it out, means the answer of this one. Then the answer of the right hand side will be found. Minus 21 into minus 6. Then you will find the value of this one and you will check whether these two are giving us the same answer or not. Okay, then your answer will be verified itself. Let's come to the next sum. In question number 3.1 it is written, for any integer a, what is minus 1 multiplied by a equals to. Okay, you can easily see that here minus 1 is written and we can understand that before a we are getting one plus sign, so we can consider it as plus a. So first step for multiplication, we will simply multiply the signs. Here we are getting one minus sign and one plus sign, so they will bring one minus sign. So definitely in answer we will get a negative integer. Okay, of course a must be a positive integer. Okay, now if a is a positive integer, then we can write that if we multiply minus 1 and a, we will get the result minus a. Now if we consider a as a negative integer, then we can say if we multiply minus 1 and a, okay, we can consider it in this way, minus 1 into minus a. In the previous case a was a positive integer, here I have considered it as a negative integer, so our answer will come plus a, because for multiplying these two minus signs we will get one plus sign, and after multiplying 1 and a we will get a as well. Okay, so in this way we can assume the answer. Now let's come to the next sum. In the next sum it is written, determine the integer whose product with minus 1 is, first one is minus 22, second one is 37, and third one is 0. So I am reading the question once again. Determine the integer whose product with minus 1 is. Okay, so there is a number. If you multiply this number with minus 1, you will get minus 22 for the first number. Similarly, there is a number. If you multiply minus 1 with this number, you will get 37 as the result. And for the third case also there is a number. If you multiply minus 1 with it, you will get 0. So for the last one, you can easily understand it must be 0, because if you multiply 0 with any number, you will get 0. For the second one, what will you do? You can see there is 37 written. 37 means plus 37, and we are multiplying a number by minus 1. We easily understand if we multiply two negative signs, we will get one plus sign. Okay, so 37 must be considered as a negative integer. So if you multiply minus 37 and minus 1, you will definitely get plus 37. Okay, now for the first one, we have to get minus 22 after multiplying a number with minus 1. Yes, it is also very easy. Definitely you can understand, if you multiply one positive integer and one negative integer, you will get a negative integer as a product. So you can write here plus 22, means if you multiply plus 22 with minus 1, you can get minus 22 as the result. Okay, so this is how you can do all the sums. Now let's come to the next sum. Now in question number 4 it is written, starting from minus 1 into 5, write various products showing some pattern to show minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1. Now the very first pattern is given, that is minus 1 into 5, and we can easily understand the answer will be minus 5. Now how will you write the next pattern? You can see we have to reach at minus 1 into minus 1 so that we can get 1. So if you check the number line, you can easily understand this can be written in this way. So already we have written 5. So after the next pattern we will write 4. Then the next pattern will be written as 3 into minus 1. Then the next pattern will be written as 2 into minus 1. Then the next pattern will be written as minus 1 into 1. Then the next pattern will be written as minus 1 into 0. Then the next pattern will be written as minus 1 into minus 1. This is how we will do the sum. This is a very easy sum if you understand it properly. So let's do that. Minus 1 into 4 means these numbers are getting decreased. From 5 it has been started and it will finish at minus 1. So let's take the another one. Let's take one another. Now 1 less than 2. I'm not getting space here, so that I'm writing it here. 1 less than 1, it is coming 0, and then the next term will be, means the next pattern will be minus 1 into minus 1, so that we will get 1 as the answer. This is how we will show a specific pattern, so that we can also understand this, that if you multiply one negative integer and one positive integer, you will get a negative integer. And this pattern is going on up to this one. Then if you multiply one negative integer and 0, you will get a 0. Similarly, if you multiply one positive integer and 0, you will get 0 again. And here, by checking this example, we can understand that if you multiply two negative integers, you will get a positive integer. Okay, let's come to the next sum. Now let's come to question number 5. Find the product using suitable properties. So all the properties we have already discussed: commutative property, associative property, distributive property, we all have discussed them, and we will use them, means some of them, according to the sum required. Okay, so let's do the first one. 26 multiplied by minus 48 plus minus 48 multiplied by minus 36. Now you can easily understand that minus 48 is common in both the terms. So we will keep minus 48 outside and we will multiply 26 plus minus 36 in this way. Okay, so let's do that. Because 26 plus minus 36 means 26 minus 36. You can easily understand, from a smaller number a bigger number is being subtracted, so sign will be minus and the operation will also be subtraction. So you can see sign is minus because 36 is a bigger number, so minus is placed, and 10 is coming as the difference of 36 and 26. So what is the answer coming? Yes, here we can see minus 48, here you can see minus 10. It means the answer will definitely be a positive integer. Then these two numbers will be multiplied. So after multiplication we will get 480, means 480. Okay, so what property we have used here? Yes, distributive property. Okay, here we have used the distributive property. Now let's come to the next sum. 8 multiplied by 53 multiplied by minus 125. Now already this type of sums we have already done in the chapter whole numbered in class 6. So it will be better if you keep a 0 in the unit place. Okay, so you can see here 8 and here 5. So if you just take these two together in this way, then you will get the maximum benefit. Okay, so if you multiply these two numbers, you will get 1000 and then 53, and of course the sign will be minus because plus 8 is being multiplied by minus 125, means one positive and one negative integer is multiplied. So in the answer we will get a negative integer. Now again the answer will be negative integer because here minus 1000 is being multiplied by 53, means a positive integer. So one positive and one negative, it will become a negative integer as a result. So we will write 53,000 as our answer. Okay, very easy sums. Now which property we have used here? Yes, we can understand we have used commutative property, because we can impose this commutative property in case of integers, in case of multiplication also. Okay, let's come to the next sum. Now question number 5C, the same procedure we will do, so this will be your homework. Okay, in question number 5D, minus 41 into 102. Now how to do this? For your maximum convenience, you can just break this 102 into 100 plus 2. Okay, now what will you do? Simply you will multiply 41 into 100, then plus minus 41 into 2. Here you are multiplying minus 41 into 100, here you are multiplying minus 41 into 2, means you are using the distributive property here also. So you will do the calculation yourself and we will do the next sum. In question number 5E, you can do this one also yourself, but I am giving you a little bit hint for this. This is the sum. Okay, here we can get a small difference. Here only we are getting 625 as a common term, but here we are getting the positive integer 625, here we are getting the negative integer 625. So we can arrange it in this way: minus 35, this plus and minus will be replaced by one minus sign, and you can write 625 into 65. Okay, so now we are getting 625 as a common term. So 625 will be kept aside and this minus 35 will be written within a bracket, again minus 65. Okay, again we will write 625 and it will be multiplied by minus 100, because if you simply do minus 35 minus 65, you will get minus 100, because for these two minus signs you will get one minus sign, and for these two numbers will be added, means 35 plus 65 it will be 100. So in the answer we will get minus 62500. Okay, now question number 5G, F and H, these three sums you will do it at your home. Okay, again I am telling, if possible then you do. This is not a compulsion of doing. Okay, this is for only your practice. Okay, so today up to this class. In our next class we will do the rest of the sums. Okay, so till then stay safe, bye.